I was going to do a prediction video on the Daniel Dubois Joe Joyce bout, but didn't bother with it because it was like trying to predict a maiden claimer. As I stated in a previous video, Dubois has faced the worst opposition imaginable, and Joyce hasn't been the same fighter since he dumped Abel Sanchez as a trainer a few fights ago. I thought he looked great with Sanchez as his trainer. I think he was against Berman Stervern back in 2019. He was aggressive. He threw a lot of punches, but after that split, he looked ordinary. And I thought he looked even worse in this fight for about 8 rounds. I had Dubois well ahead on points in this one. I see a lot of people calling it a close fight. I didn't think it was close at all. But in the ninth round, at the end of the ninth round, he looked a bit uncomfortable after an exchange. His eye was already rapidly swelling shut in the middle rounds. And to Joyce's credit, he kept working on the eye with his jab. And in the 10th round, it finally paid off. He landed a jab straight in the eye, and Dubois took a knee, and he had enough. I think it's you could say he quit, but I think it's a bit unfair to give him grief for that because we don't know what he's feeling in there. It's his eye, and there's no telling what kind of pain he was experiencing. And again, yeah, I had Dubois well ahead. He was landing the bigger shots. He landed a few big right hands. He just completely outmaneuvered Joyce, who was just a lumbering big dude, and Dubois was going in and out quite nicely for most of the fight. And I think he could still make some noise in the sport, but my guess is that he's going to have to take a long layoff and come back slow to rebuild his confidence and psyche. Joe Joyce was just too big of a step up for him at this stage in his career. The fact that he didn't face any kind of stern opposition or face any kind of adversity in his career really hurt him in this fight as he tried to reach that next level. Just not ready yet. But because of his age, I think he still has more of an upside than Joe Joyce. I'm not high on Joe Joyce at all. I think he's the slowest fighter in the heavyweight top 10. His moves are very deliberate, but he's in shape. He could take a punch and keeps coming. But I think at the end of the day, he's going to be little more than a serviceable opponent for any of the champions like Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua. But nonetheless, this was a huge victory in a crossroads matchup, and Joe Joyce is officially in the title picture.